Senate Majority Whip Irungu Kang'ata has today written a letter to President Uhuru Kenyatta declaring that the BBI initiative is unpopular in the president's native central Kenya. Kang'ata says only 2 in 10 people in central Kenya support BBI, a finding he said is based on his own personal observations over the Christmas holidays. Now, in a bold letter covering several other issues, Senator Kang'ata told the president that a ruling party candidate could be defeated in the forthcoming election of Nairobi governor, saying such an outcome would embarrass the government and undermine its legislative agenda in the Houses of Parliament. Chematai Gowin has the details of that letter.
The polite salutations in the opening stages of the letter quickly yielded to the explosive details of what imploring the president to use his other sources of information to corroborate or counter his conclusion. In the letter, the majority whip avers that although most of his respondents were from Murang'a County, the sample size was big enough for him to make a logical inference. He adds, and I quote, "Your Excellency, I concede I may be wrong. In fact, I wish I was wrong, and that my views are mere pessimistic views of things. However, if I am right and we do not take urgent remedial measures, I will pin myself permanently in the pillar of the shame of spectacular defeat." End quote.
I have ordered that we reconvene on Thursday.
Kang'ata using the revenue sharing debate stalemate at the Senate as an example of why there was need to flag matters beforehand. Kang'ata, who took over from Nakuru Senator Susan Kihika, who was ousted as the wrangles in the ruling Jubilee Party intensified, noted that one of the factors affecting the popularity of the BBI in the region while politely appearing to call for removal of the provincial administration in the process. Kang'ata said, and I quote, "Government has an iron fist. I propose we find ways government wears velvet gloves. In my humble view, provincial administration in BBI process should be invisible." End quote. In the letter, Kang'ata pronounced his support for the BBI report, which he says contained many benefits for the region, which may be lost forever if it failed. In his words, quote, "There is no guarantee a new regime where, quote, our son is not on the driving seat will offer these benefits to the region. They include creation of new constituencies, embedding in the constitution 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote principle, and more resources to the counties." Kang'ata went on to warn that if BBI flopped, small constituencies like Mukurweini, Othaya and Mathioya would be lost, and so will the new third-generation revenue-sharing formula. As he appealed to the president to take the bull by the horns, the majority whip stated that better-resourced counties with a just and fair constitutional revenue-sharing formula was a better insurance for the welfare of the Mount Kenya region in the period beyond his regime, and that BBI would bring to an end the undermining of Mount Kenya diaspora, whom he said were political punching bags since the early 90s, by enhancing power sharing. In his concluding remarks, Kang'ata appears to pour ice-cold water on the chances of the Jubilee Nairobi gubernatorial candidate, warning the president of the prospects of the government candidate losing in the race, since the competitors had offered better candidates capable of rallying voters. He warns that a loss in Nairobi will greatly affect the government's legislative agenda. The letter from the senator to the president ends as it began, politely and courteously. Chemutai